Okay, so I'm joined with my amazing mum right here. Say hi, mum.
Hi, mum.
Oh my god. I should mention first, this is the hijab that my mum made me. She made this by hand with no sewing machine, nothing, no experience in making any kind of clothes before. She just made it out of the love of her own heart. So I just wanted to point that out first. That's why I'm wearing this hijab. I guess my first question would be, what did you think when I started wearing hijab? Because I started wearing hijab before I became Muslim.
I don't know, it's just you. I just accept whatever you do.
You didn't think it was like weird or anything?
No, I've given up thinking things are weird.
You just was accepting the fact that I put this pink hijab on my head and that I'd started walking around wearing it.
Yeah.
You didn't, at that point, did you think that I was going to become Muslim?
No. Just thought you'd found something you enjoyed wearing and you couldn't bother to do your hair, so you put something on your head.
What about when we went out together, like when we took your dogs for a walk or something, like, and I would sometimes wear it, would you feel weird then? Or like people were looking at us differently? Or
no, because I don't really worry what other people think, so...
It didn't really bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters to me.
So I guess one step further than that, again, before I became Muslim, I started going to the mosque, just out of curiosity, the ones in London. What about then, when I said to you, there's this mosque that I'm going to go to?
Well, it still didn't bother me. If people want to believe in God, that's not a problem, is it?
I don't know if you remember the first time I went to a mosque. Do you remember, like, what you said to me before I went to the mosque?
No, I don't remember, sorry.
You don't remember?
I can't remember what happened yesterday sometimes.
Because I remember I joined this group and I said to you that I'm going to go, and it's the first time I've been in this country. I remember you, like, gave me a warning. Do you remember that warning that you gave me?
No, sorry. I do vaguely remember saying something to you, but what it was, I can't remember.
You did, like, you were very accepting of me going, but you said, look, if you're going to go, just be careful that when you leave the mosque, make sure there's no, like, men waiting outside for you.
But then that's just a general mother's concern. If you was going to a nightclub, I would have said the same thing to you. Just be careful when you leave. Yeah. My caring side of me is it's my job to warn you that there might be some strange people out there.
So I guess taking one step further than that, then I started learning how to pray. And then that's when things got a bit different. I even started changing the way I dressed overall. I started wearing like long skirts, covering my ankles and all this kind of stuff. And it went step by step, but I started changing even more. What about then when I was learning how to pray?
Still didn't bother me. As long as you're happy, I'm happy.
What did you think to yourself? Like, when I was learning how to pray, did you then think that I'm going to start taking this a bit more seriously, that I'm going to actually become Muslim, or do you still think I was in a phase at that point?
I don't know. I don't think I really think. I think I just accept whatever's happening. I don't really overthink anything.
Were you concerned when I started doing this?
No, no concerns.
When, you started hearing me reeling off things in Arabic and,
no concerns.
Putting my head on the ground?
No concerns at all.
No.
No, if that's what you want to do, that's up to you.
Literally, like, there wasn't nothing weird about it.
No, whatever makes anyone happy. I personally, God is not for me, personally.
Yeah.
I have no reason why I should or shouldn't believe, so maybe one day someone will convince me differently. But if that's the route someone wants to go down and they get comfort from it, then I'm perfectly okay with that.
But what about when I actually became Muslim, when I was like, Mum, I've declared my shahada?
In my experience, you have to let your children follow their own path.
Yeah.
If I'd have turned around and said to you, I don't want you to do that, there's a chance you'd have just walked away from me. And I don't have the right to say to you what you can and can't do, unless you're doing something really, really stupid or breaking the law. At
that time, what did you know about Islam? What did you know about Muslims?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nothing. Oh, I know you did Ramadan. And that's only because of where we used to live and they all used to do Ramadan, but I was baffled at why anyone did it.
But you must have had some opinions, like, the media portrays the Muslim world a lot.
So. No, the media portrays terrorists.
Yes, they do portray terrorists.
And there's good and bad in everyone, and you can't judge everyone by one person.
Exactly. I mean, that's completely true. But it's also, some people who don't actually know any Muslims who just see the media, they do think that because the smaller minority of Muslims they see are terrorists because of the media, like the way they're portrayed, they believe that a lot of Muslims are terrorists. So did you not like think that way when I...
No.
No?
Well, I didn't think you was going to become a terrorist.
Well, no, I mean, you know the kind of person I am. But you must have thought to yourself, as from my character, from the person that I've been, there must have been some kind of good in what I was seeing for me to want to follow it.
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know, really. I just thought, this is Charlotte, this is what Charlotte's doing at the moment, so we will just accept it.
And how did I change from when before I was Muslim to after I was Muslim?
In my eyes, apart from the way you dress, you haven't changed. You was always a kind, caring person. You've been taught to say please and thank you, to hold a door open for people and to treat people how you want them to treat you. So I haven't really seen in your behaviour, apart from you pray and you dress slightly different, I haven't really seen any change. It's not like you were some wild child that gone off the rails.
So you don't really feel like I've changed at all?
I do think you've changed, but I think who knows what you would have done anyway, because the world has changed. A lot has happened. A lot has happened since you become Muslim. A lot has changed, not just with the virus, but with our personal life. And when strange things happen to people, people do sit there and look at things completely different. So I can't say that you've become what you've become just because you found God, or whether because so many bad things have happened that you've gone, actually, there are people out there in a much worse state than me, and there's always someone worse off than you, and maybe you think you find your lucky stars and you think, well, I'll help that person. But I know you as the kid, 15 or whatever you was, phoned me up in London and said, Mum, I haven't got the train fare home because I give £20 to a homeless man. I said, why did you give £20 to a homeless man? She said, well, I couldn't ask him for change. You only had a £20 note. You then had no money to get your train home, and we lived in Cambridge.
Well, that's adorable. I do not remember that at all.
You was 15 maybe. You was at one of your theatre schools, and I'd sent you up with enough money for your train fare and everything, and you phoned me up. I believe you phoned me from a police station as well. That you'd gone in and you'd told them you'd got no money, and they'd phoned me. And when I got to the bottom of why you'd got no money, I ended up buying you a train ticket over the phone.
Oh, wow.
And you said, well, there was this homeless man and I couldn't ask him for change, and I only had a £20 note, so I gave him the whole £20 note.
So obviously, like, we went through some trauma, like, a couple of months ago, something that was really hard to deal with. And for the funeral, I showed up in my hijab. And none of the family knew I was Muslim at this point. And
10 of the 12 people that were there all judged you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Actually, the funeral people judged you. The vicar judged you. That had badgered us into doing it because she caught me on the hop.
Yeah.
Because as far as I'm concerned, I do not come from a religious family.
Yeah.
And everyone looked at you like you fell off another planet, except me.
Exactly. So, like, before the funeral, obviously, I said to Mum, look, I'm Muslim, I'm not willing to take my hijab off. And my mum was just like, fine. You were like, do what you want to do. So I went along, and this was the first time the rest of my family had seen me. And even then, was there not, like, a part of you that wanted to be like, oh, Charlotte, can you just not, please? Like, this is a funeral, can you?
No, there's not part of me. People don't accept it, that's their problem.
Yeah.
I'm my daughter, and I want you to be happy. And I'm fully behind whatever you do.
I mean, I remember you ordered me a black hijab online. And you even ordered me, like, black modest clothes because you thought I might not have anything to wear.
Yes, because there is one thing I do think you should wear black to a funeral.
And
but that's not anything religious. That's just up to you.
I think moving on from what you just said about it's not religious. So, have you at any point in your life believed in a religion? Like, believed in one set religion?
No.
But have you ever in your life felt like you believed in God?
I will never say I don't believe, because I find it hard to believe in things I can't see. God is something that nobody has ever seen.
You say that you've never seen God, whereas like we say we see God's signs everywhere, which is even a fly coming into a room. You know, that fly is alive, it's created by something. We don't believe that fly just happened. But, you know, this is a different topic. This is more like going into dawah territory, which is not what I want to do. I don't want to make dawah in this video. I'm not versed in making dawah. I'm sure you guys are probably better at it than me. Maybe one day I'll be better at it, but this is not what this video is about.
So maybe somebody could convince me that I should believe in God.
Maybe someone who's a lot more experienced in the deen than me. If you guys know anyone, put me in touch with them. I'm gonna one day make a video with my mum. I'm gonna take her into a mosque and I'm gonna get her to meet a imam or a sheikh there who can actually speak to her way better than what I'll be able to. And also in the future I'm going to be making a video similar to this, but I want to talk about more specifically her reaction when I said I'm going to marry a Muslim man. Which will be a fun topic as well. But if I do that now, it's going to take a while, so I'm going to do that in a separate video. It's going to be a part 2 of this. If you have any questions you want me to ask her, leave them in the comments below. I will ask them. If they're inappropriate, I will not ask them. And yeah, it's been a good
But
time.
If anyone does want to challenge me about do I believe, everything is black and white. There is no grey.
Okay.
So just that you have to have hard facts. There's no it might be. It is or it isn't.
Okay. Well, thank you for having this chat with me.
That's okay. Thank you.
I hope to do this again soon. It's weird being so formal because you're my mum. It's just weird. But anyway.
It's quite alright.
Thanks for listening and I'll see you guys again.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
You just interrupted me.